Should you carry with one in the chamber? Spoiler alert, the answer is yes, but let's talk about why. Now let's see why it's so important that you keep a round in the chamber if you're planning on carrying for self-defense. Here I have a Glock pistol. As you can see, the chamber is currently empty. The slide is locked open. I'm going to use this magazine containing dummy rounds or inert rounds. Now with that firearm secured on my holster, I'm going to simulate that I run into a threatening situation where I need to get to my gun and draw it out and chamber a round into the slide to use it. So let's watch what happens. Now let's see how it looks if I carry one in the chamber and I have a threat. As we can see, it just took about a half a second, maybe a second, to get that round chambered. And that would be the argument that people would have. It's so quick and easy, why not just do that when I come into a stressful situation? Well, let's also remember, what I just demonstrated here was not under stressful circumstances. All I had to do was get the firearm out and present it. Done. What if you are fighting for your life? What if somebody else has a firearm drawn at you or a knife right next to you and you've got to deal with that situation? Worse yet, what if you've got your family around you that you have to worry about defending? So in addition to trying to get your firearm out, you're trying to keep them defended as well. Do you see the problems that this causes? Now I've also got to get my hand up, rack that slide, remember to rack the slide, and then deal with the threat at hand. You see, as we've talked about for a long time, we don't want to have to think about using our firearm. We want everything to be routine and habit so that when we need it, it just happens. The FBI study on self-defense using a handgun came up with what they call the rule of three. Now, it doesn't mean it's always this way, but on average, this is what they came up with. The average self-defense situation with a firearm occurs at 3 yards or less, has less than 3 rounds fired, and takes place in 3 seconds or less. Now let's go back to that half second or second that we took racking a round into the chamber. If I've only got a 3-second situation and I shave off a half second to a second, I just took almost a third of my time that I'm gonna need for my self-defense situation out of the equation by needing to rack a round into the chamber. So for all these reasons, it should be clear. You should carry a round in the chamber at all times if you're using your firearm for self-defense. Now, if you're not comfortable with that, that means get more training. Training and practice will make you confident carrying a round in the chamber.